The night was quiet. The stars looked down like tiny eyes watching the earth sleep. But far above them, something strange moved in the sky. Dr. Ayan was alone in his small lab near the hills. He was a space scientist, a man who loved stars more than people. Every night, he sat in front of his computer, watching signals from space. Most signals were just noise random, meaningless. But this night was different. Ayan's screen blinked red. A signal had arrived. It was strong, clear, and very different. He leaned forward. His heart started beating faster. This is not normal, he whispered. He turned up the volume. The signal had sound. Not words, but soft crying like children in pain, and then a strange voice. It was soft, high-pitched, and broken. Help. It's us. Lost. Danger. Earth. Help. Ayan froze. He replayed the sound. The voice repeated the same words again and again. It didn't sound human. It sounded alien. He copied the signal, saved it, and sent it to two of his friends also scientists, but within minutes he got a reply. Stop. Do not share this. Delete it now. Ayan's eyes narrowed. The message was not from his friends. It came from a government server. He stared at the screen. Why would the government want me to delete this? The next day he visited his friend Zara, a language expert. She listened to the sound and looked worried. These are not just words, she said. This is a message. It's from a species that is scared. And they are talking to us. To humans, Ayan nodded slowly. But what are they saying exactly? Zara took a deep breath. They lost their children. On Earth, and they are begging US to help. For the next few days, Ayan received no signals. Everything went silent. But then, something even stranger happened. One night, he heard a soft thud outside his window. He went to his balcony and saw a glowing stone lying on the floor. It was smooth, round, and warm. It hummed softly. Ayan picked it up. Suddenly, it glowed bright blue, and then a voice whispered his name. Ayan. He dropped the stone in shock, but the voice continued. Ayan, they need you. His hands shook. Who are you? The stone did not reply. Instead, it projected a small blue light into the air. In the light, Ayan saw images of small alien children trapped in metal cages. They looked scared, lost. The background looked like Earth. A forest, a word appeared in the light, Velari, then another line. Only humans can reach them. You were chosen? Ayan sat down, speechless. Why him? Why now? The next morning, Ayan was not alone. 3 strangers came to his door. They were quiet, serious, and all looked like they hadn't slept in days. One of them, a young woman with tired eyes, stepped forward. My name is Myra, she said. I heard the same voice, saw the same light. She held up her own glowing stone. Another man said, we all got it. The same message, same images, same children. Ayan felt a strange mix of fear and hope. He was not alone. Then Myra said something that shook him. My sister vanished 2 months ago. Everyone said she ran away, but I saw her in that hologram. Ayan looked at her. She was serious. Her hands were shaking. They took her, she whispered. Those kids in the cage. One of them is my sister. A heavy silence filled the room. The stones glowed brighter, as if they were listening. Ayan stood up. Then we need to find them, whoever they are. The third man, older, stepped forward. And we need to do it fast. That message wasn't just a call for help. It was a warning. Ayan nodded. He looked out the window toward the stars. They're not just asking for help, he said softly. They're counting on us. Suddenly, the stone on the table pulsed once more. A new message appeared in the light. They are not safe. They are changing. Time is short. Asterisk rain poured from the sky like the heavens were warning the earth. Inside a dark room, the stone sat on the wooden table, glowing softly. Everyone stared at it. No one dared speak. The message had just appeared again. They are not safe. They are changing. Time is short. Myra stepped back, her face pale. What does it mean? Changing into what? Dr. Ayan didn't answer. His mind raced. His heart beat louder than the rain outside. The stone flickered. Then it did something new. It rolled by itself across the table and stopped in front of him. He reached out slowly. The moment his fingers touched the stone, the lights in the room turned off. Total darkness. And then a flash. A bright blue light shot from the stone and filled the room. It created a full hologram. Not just pictures, a living scene. They saw a large green forest. Giant trees. Fog everywhere. The middle of the forest stood a metal cage, shaking. Inside it were 4 small alien children, glowing faintly. They looked weak. One of them was crying. A robotic voice spoke. Valari species. Age group, 6 to 9 Earth years. Vital signs, unstable. Biological shift, beginning. Phase 1 in progress. Then the image turned red. An alarm sound echoed through the room. The hologram shook, warning unstable transformation. Genetic failure possible, human help required. Coordinates encrypted in host stone. The light shut off, darkness again. Silence. Myra was the first to speak. They're not just prisoners. Something is changing them. Ayan held the stone tighter. And they're running out of time. The older man, Zubair, wiped his forehead. We have to find this forest. Now. Suddenly the stone grew warm. Words appeared, glowing on its surface. Follow the signal. One path, one chance. Ayan looked at the others. Get ready. We leave tonight. 2 hours later, the group was in an old van, driving through a remote mountain road. The stone, now placed on the dashboard, pulsed like a heartbeat. They followed. No maps, no GPS, only the stone's glow. Whenever they made a wrong turn, it would dim. When they chose the right path, it shone brighter. After 2 hours of driving, the road ended. A dark forest stretched ahead. This is it, said Ayan. They stepped into the woods, flashlights in hand. The trees were tall and thick. Fog covered the ground like a blanket. The stone in Ayan's hand vibrated. A soft hum filled the air. Zubair whispered, Do you hear that? It was a song, a sad, soft song like a lullaby. Sung in a voice not human. Myra's eyes filled with tears. That's, my sister's voice. They followed the sound deeper into the forest. Every step felt heavier, like something was watching them. Then, suddenly, a shape moved. Myra screamed. A figure stood just 10 feet away. Tall, thin, wearing a long coat. Its face was hidden. Ayan stepped forward slowly. We're not here to harm. We heard the message. We want to help. The figure didn't move. Then, in a slow voice, it said, You are late. Ayan's grip tightened on the stone. Who are you? The figure lifted its head. For a moment, his face became clear. It wasn't alien, it was human. A man, maybe in his 30s, pale skin. Cold eyes. I'm one of the keepers, he said. We were meant to protect them, but now it's beyond control. Zubair stepped forward. Where are the children? The keeper looked around. Follow me. He led them to a cave hidden behind thick vines. Inside, machines glowed. Alien and human technology mixed together. In the center of the cave was a round chamber. Inside it, the Valari children, they were no longer the same. Their bodies flickered between alien and human form. Their eyes were full of fear. One of them looked directly at Myra. Sister? The little one whispered. Myra ran to the glass wall. Tears falling. Alina, I'm here. A warning light flashed on the machine. Phase 2 starting. Mutation level 67%. Time remaining 1 hour. Ayan turned to the keeper. Shut this down. The keeper shook his head. I can't. The system only listens to their own kind now. Their DNA has locked us out. Ayan held up the stone. It glowed brightly. The machines responded, slowing down. The children calmed. One even smiled. Ayan stepped forward. Then this stone, it's more than a guide. It's a key. Suddenly, another alarm went off. The keeper's face went pale. Someone else is coming. Someone who doesn't want them saved. Zubair drew a small stun weapon. Then we protect them. The stone gave one last message. You found them. Now you must choose save them or save yourselves. The cave shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. Lights flickered. Somewhere above, metal clanged. Someone or something was coming. Ayan gripped the glowing stone tighter. The chamber holding the alien children was still active. Their small bodies flickered between forms part Valari, part something else. They looked tired, fading. Whatever's coming, Zubair said, aiming his stun gun. Isn't here to help? The keeper backed away from the machines. You should have left. Now it's too late. Myra stepped between him and the others. You led us here, you brought us to them. I gave you a chance, he said. But choices have consequences. Before anyone could answer, a sharp screech echoed from the forest outside. It wasn't human. Not even close. The cave entrance burst open. Two tall, shadowy figures stepped in. Their bodies were thin like wires, their eyes glowing red. Their faces were covered by black metal masks. Ayan's heart pounded. The Valari children began to cry again. One of the creatures hissed. Unauthorized access detected. Human presence ... unacceptable. The keeper stepped forward. They were chosen by the signal. The second creature turned its head slowly. Only Valari command the code. Ayan raised the stone in the air. It glowed bright blue. The room responded again. Machines slowed, alarms silenced, and the children calmed slightly. The first creature paused, scanning the stone. Impossible, it whispered. That key was lost in the breach. No, Ayan said firmly. It found us, and we found them. Without warning, the creatures rushed forward. Zubair fired his stun weapon one shot. Then two. The first creature dropped to its knees, twitching. Sparks flew from its metal mask. The second one lunged, but Myra smashed a control panel with a metal rod. Wires exploded in a flash, blocking the path. Ayan ran to the chamber. We don't have much time. He placed the stone onto the glass dot. It melted through like fire on ice. One by one. The children stepped out shivering, glowing, afraid. Then from behind them, a faint light appeared. A new figure entered the cave. Not a shadow, not a human, a true VLAR. His skin shimmered like water. His eyes were full of light. He looked weak, like he had traveled far. He dropped to his knees, speaking in a soft voice. You heard them. You came. Ayan helped him up. You're Valari? The alien nodded. My name is Soren. I am their guardian. I was too late. To protect them, Myra stepped forward. Why us? Why humans? Soren looked at the children. Because Earth has something Valari lost long ago. Choice? Ayan frowned. Choice? He nodded. We are too advanced, too logical. We don't act on emotion. But children, they cried, and the universe listened. The signal chose you because you could feel their pain. You didn't ignore it. Zubair looked at the broken machines. What were they trying to do to them? Soren sighed. Turn them into weapons, hybrids, part human, part Valari. The Eclipse, your own people wanted to control us through our young, but the transformation failed. Myra knelt beside her sister Alina. Will they be okay? Soren placed his hand on the child's head. His fingers glowed faintly. They are strong, but they are fading. We must return them to their homeworld. Only Valari light can heal them fully. Ayan's voice lowered. Then let's get them out. But Soren didn't move. We cannot leave yet. Why? Zubair asked. He looked at the ceiling. There is one more chamber, above this one, with more children. Older, already ... changed. Everyone went silent. Myra gripped her sister tightly. You mean they're no longer Valari? Soren closed his eyes. They are something else now. And if Eclipse wakes them, they will not know peace. They will know only orders and war. Ayan looked at the glowing stone. It pulsed slower now, as if tired. How do we stop it? He asked. Soren walked to the far wall and placed his hand on the stone surface. A new path opened, a spiral staircase going upward into darkness. The key will guide you, he said, looking at Ayan. But you must make the choice. Save the ones above. Or escape with the ones here. Suddenly another alarm began. Red light lit the staircase. Eclipse was coming. Ayan turned to the group. We split up, he said. Zubair and Myra, get these children out? Soren, go with them, Zubair nodded. What about you? I'll go up, Ayan said. I have the key. If there are more, I have to try. Myra grabbed his arm. You might not come back? Ayan gave her a small smile. Then I'll make sure they do. As the children were let out through a secret tunnel, Ayan began to climb the staircase. Every step echoed, the stone in his hand glowed again. A final message appeared across its surface. Room 2 activated. Hybrid stage complete. Opened by human signal. Ayan stopped breathing for a moment. Opened. By me? Then he heard a voice from above. Cold, broken, you came for them. But we're not children anymore. Asterisk, the stairs were silent now. Dr. Ayan climbed slowly, holding the glowing stone tight in his palm. Its light was faint blue, fading into white as if it feared what waited above. He reached the top. A rusted metal door stood before him. It had no handle, only a strange circular symbol, half alien, half human. The moment Ayan brought the stone closer, the circle turned. Click. The door slid open with a hiss. What he saw inside was not a room. It was a lab, massive, cold, and alive. The ceiling pulsed with electric veins. Tubes ran along the walls, filled with glowing liquid. Strange machines whispered softly as if breathing. In the center stood 6 glass pods. Inside each pod was a figure, tall, still, and no longer children. Ayan stepped forward, heart pounding. The figures had human faces, but Velari eyes. Their skin shimmered like mirrors, and their chests moved slowly, sleeping. Connected to them were wires and metal bands. Labels blinked beneath each pod. Subject A1, hybrid complete. Subject A2, strength enhanced. Subject A3, obedience program. Active. He read the last one again. Obedience program. Active. Suddenly, one of the hybrids opened its eyes. Ayan froze. The hybrid stared at him, not with fear, not with curiosity, but with focus, like a soldier waiting for a command. You came, it said. Its voice was calm, but empty. Ayan stepped back. I'm here to help. The hybrid tilted its head. Help who? The weak ones below. They refused change. We accepted it. Accepted? Ayan whispered. You were children. They forced this on you. The pod door slid open. The hybrid stepped out, tall, graceful, and human. No one forced us. We chose to become more, to stop being helpless. From behind Ayan, another pod opened. Then another. 4 hybrids now stood in a circle around him. Why did you wake up? He asked, slowly raising the stone. The first hybrid looked at the stone. And for a second, just a second, its expression changed. Sadness? We heard your voice, it said. Your heart called out, just like ours once did. Another hybrid, older, spoke next. But now, we have no heart left, only code. Ayan looked at them. I can still help. I can take you home. The first hybrid stepped forward. This is our home now. The lab made sure of that. Then, the voice of Soren echoed through the stone in Ayan's hand. Ayan, the ship is ready. We're leaving soon. Are you safe? Ayan didn't answer. He looked into the eyes of the hybrid children. Come with me, we can reverse this. You're not machines. The oldest hybrid raised a hand. We are not machines. We are evolution. And if you truly want to help, it paused, voice lowering, then shut the lab down. All of it. Ayan blinked. You want to be stopped? We want peace, the first one said. But the longer this lab runs, the more like them we become. They programmed us to obey, to fight, another added. If Eclipse finds this lab again, they'll finish what they started. Ayan looked around the room. There were dozens of smaller pods still closed. Some were empty. Some had strange shapes inside. And then he saw it, a central control panel, glowing red dot above it. SELF, destruct. Code, level 5. He walked over. The stone in his hand pulsed. It was the key again. Myra's voice crackled through the CUM device in his pocket. Ayan, we're near the clearing. Soren opened the gate. We're ready to leave. You coming? Ayan looked at the hybrids. If I destroy the lab, you'll be trapped here. You might die. The first hybrid smiled faintly. We died the day Eclipse put us in glass. Ayan placed the stone on the panel. The screen lit up. Confirmed self-destruct. Why in HE paused? You're sure? The hybrids? All nodded once. He pressed Y. The room went dark for a second, then red lights blinked across the walls. A female voice spoke in cold English. Self-destruct initiated. Evacuate immediately. Time remaining 3 minutes. The hybrids stepped back into their pods. They closed on their own. Tell the little ones, the first hybrid whispered. We did not forget them. Ayan's eyes burned with tears. He turned and ran. He burst out of the lab as explosions shook the cave. Fire raced behind him. The staircase cracked. He dove through the tunnel Soren had opened, rolling to safety just as the ground above collapsed. Outside, the sky was turning orange with sunrise. The Valari ship hovered quietly in the trees, like a silver cloud. Myra, Zubair, Soren, and the children were already inside. Ayan climbed aboard, breathless. They're gone, he said. But they chose it. Soren placed a hand on his shoulder. Then they are free. The ship rose, vanishing into the sky. Behind them, the forest burned. But in the arms of their kind, the children slept. The stars stretched endlessly above the earth. From far above, the burning forest looked like a single glowing wound on the planet's surface. The Valari ship flew silently through the upper atmosphere, hidden from radar, powered by light and memory. Inside the ship, Dr. Ayan stood near a curved window, watching the earth shrink beneath him. But his thoughts were still with those left behind the hybrids. The lab, the choice, they could have escaped, he whispered. Beside him, Soren sat quietly. The alien guardian held a small crystal in his hands. Inside it flickered a slow pulse like a heartbeat, but artificial. They weren't meant to survive in your world, Soren said softly, but they survived anyway. That was their final gift. Ayan nodded. Then he heard it, a soft cry. He turned. In the back of the ship, Myra held her sister Alina, wrapped in a glowing blanket. The other rescued children sat nearby, silent and tired. Their alien features flickered blue veins under their skin, soft glowing eyes, and strange shifting shadows along their arms. They're changing again, Myra said, panic rising in. Her voice, Soren, rose quickly. It has begun. Ayan stepped closer. What has? Soren placed his palm on Alina's forehead. The light in her eyes faded for a second. Her skin went pale, then shimmered silver. Her voice became hollow. She's cold, Myra said. She wasn't like this before. The ship darkened. A soft hum filled the air. Soren stood slowly. The transformation cycle was paused in the lab. Outside of it, it continues. Ayan's voice shook. What does that mean? It means, Soren said, they are no longer pure Valari, but not fully human either. They are something new, something unstable. Alina opened her eyes, but they were not hers anymore. Her pupils had vanished. Her gaze was glassy. Her mouth opened, and she whispered something that sent chills through the room. Command accepted. Begin directive. Everyone froze. Myra backed away from her sister. What's she saying? Alina stood up. She moved like a puppet. Target. Ayan, action. Terminate threat. Ayan stepped back, shocked. What? Soren reached for the control panel and shouted, Sleep mode override protocol. A pulse of light shot from the ceiling, hitting Alina. She dropped to the ground, unconscious. The ship turned silent again. Myra ran to her sister, shaking. What just happened to her? Ayan's hands trembled. That voice, that was from the lab. That's the Eclipse programming, isn't it? Soren nodded grimly. Yes, it's not gone. It's sleeping inside them. Ayan sat down slowly. So, they're not free? They are, Soren said, but only if we finish what we started. Zubair, from the back of the ship, stepped forward. How? Soren opened a panel in the wall. Inside were small white rings made of living metal. These are mind signal stabilizers. Valari children use them during growth. They stop memories from becoming too strong. Or dangerous. He handed one to Myra. Put this on her. If she fights it, the Eclipse code may fade. Myra placed the ring on Alina's wrist. Nothing happened. Then Alina blinked once, twice, and suddenly gasped. She cried out in fear and grabbed Myra. Where am I? What happened? Myra held her tightly. You're safe now. You're with me, the other children stirred too. Some mumbled strange words. One of them screamed. Another started glowing red. Soren rushed to each of them, placing rings on their wrists. Slowly, their forms settled. Their breathing calmed. The danger passed, but only for now. Ayan looked at Soren. You knew this might happen. Soren's face was tired. I feared it would, but I hoped their bond to humans would protect them. Ayan whispered, And if the code wakes again? Soren turned to the ship's main console. Then we go to Sanctum. Ayan frowned. Sanctum? It's a place above Valari space, Soren said. A healing world, a living one. It understands both tech and thought. It may be the only place that can separate the Eclipse code from their minds, Myra asked. Why didn't you take them there first? Because Sanctum tests everyone who enters. It accepts only those who seek truth. Ayan stood beside him. Then we go there. No more running? The ship shifted direction. A soft vibration moved through the floor. A new course had been set. But just as silence returned, a new voice echoed through the ship's systems. Not from the children. Not from Earth. From space. Valari vessel. Identity confirmed. Human scientist Ayan detected. Requesting immediate contact. Soren's face turned pale. That voice. Ayan stepped forward. Who is it? Soren turned to him slowly. It's Eclipse. Asterisk. The Valari ship hovered. In deep space, quiet as a shadow, around it, the stars glowed peacefully. But peace was an illusion. Inside the ship, tension filled the air like cold smoke. Everyone had heard the message. Valari vessel, identity confirmed, human scientist Ayan detected. Requesting immediate contact. Ayan stood frozen near the main console. The children were resting in the back chamber, stabilized by the Valari rings, but not safe. He turned to Soren. It's them, isn't it? Soren nodded. Yes, Eclipse found us. Zubair leaned forward. How? We destroyed the lab. The signal should have ended. A soft voice answered from the shadows. It didn't end. It was only forwarded. Everyone. Turned. The speaker was a small Valari child Tyran, the oldest among those rescued. He hadn't spoken since the lab. Now, his eyes glowed softly. His voice was calm. They left a code inside us. Not just in our minds, in our bodies. A beacon. Soren stepped forward. You weren't supposed to know that? Tyran looked up. We feel everything, the pain, the fear. Even the tracking. Ayan walked over, kneeling beside him. Can it be removed? No, Tyran said. But it can be redirected? The console beeped again. Eclipse vessel approaching. Do not flee, we only wish to talk, Zubair scoffed. Talk? They turn children into weapons. Myra stepped beside him, holding her sister Alina. They don't want peace, they want control? Ayan's hands curled into fists. Then let's hear them speak. Let them reveal what they truly are. He touched the console. A screen blinked on. An Eclipse representative appeared. Human, a woman in her 40s. Sharp eyes and silver hair. Behind her was a dark command room, clean, cold, empty of emotion. Ayan, she said, smiling faintly. We've been looking for you. You tracked children, Ayan replied, voice hard. You broke them. She didn't flinch. We advanced them. We gave them purpose. They already had a purpose, he said, to live. She leaned forward. Earth is changing. Aliens are real. People are afraid. Governments are panicking. We needed something stronger than fear, so we built a solution. Myra stepped forward. You mean you built soldiers? Yes, the woman said, hybrids. Loyal, fast, intelligent. Peacekeepers for a dangerous galaxy? Zubair shouted, They were kids. Exactly, she replied. Young minds adapt, learn faster. Bondizia, Ayan gritted his teeth. You're not building protectors, you're building slaves. The woman's smile faded. You're emotional. That's why the code rejected. You, Ayan's eyes narrowed. You tested it. On me? She nodded once. You were part of Phase 0. You don't remember it. But your mind does. He stepped back, stunned. Flashes of dreams, voices, strange lights, were they memories? The woman continued. Come with us. Let the children return. Let us complete the work. No, Soren said calmly. You've done enough. Her face turned cold. Then you leave us no choice. The screen went dark, alarms blared. Soren ran to the console. They're charging weapons! The children woke, confused and scared. We can't fight them, Zubair said. We're outgunned. Tyrion stood up again. Let me help. Ayan shook his head. You need rest. I don't, Tyrion said. I remember something from the laba back door. A code inside the Eclipse. Ship. I can reach it, but only from here. Myra knelt beside him. It could hurt you, he looked at her. They already hurt me. I just wanted to stop. Soren hesitated, then gave a small nod. Tyr and walked slowly to the front panel. He placed his hand on the glowing surface. Light ran up his arms, his body shivered, his voice changed, deeper, older, accessing memory seed, locating override, injecting virus. The screen blinked. Eclipse ship, system error. Command delay, 20 seconds. Weapon lock failed. Tyrion gasped and fell. Myra caught him. Soren rushed over, scanning him. He's stable. But he gave us a window. Ayan jumped to the controls. Then let's run. He pressed the escape command. The Valari ship leapt forward, bending light around it. Stars turned into streaks. Eclipse vanished behind them. The children lay quiet, glowing peacefully. But Ayan couldn't stop thinking. What did she mean? He asked. Phase 0? Me? Soren turned slowly. You weren't supposed to know. Tell me. The alien's voice was low. 10 years ago, a signal was sent to Earth, a test. A small code wrapped in light. Only one human responded. Aliens. Heart pounded. Me. Yes, you began dreaming, seeing patterns. Asking questions. That's why the stone chose you. Myra stepped closer. So, Ayan is part of this? Soren nodded. He's not just their rescuer, he's their link. The bridge between human and Valari, thought. Zubair exhaled. And Eclipse knows it. Suddenly, the ship lights flickered. A new message appeared. Sanctum. Orbit achieved. Mind trial begins now. Soren looked at Ayan. You must go first. The ship hovered silently over Sanctum, a glowing blue sphere wrapped in clouds that shimmered like silk. It wasn't a planet. It was alive, made of light, memory and mind. Ayan stood at the main platform, heart pounding, staring at the world. Below, the others waited behind him. Myra, Zubair, Soren, and the rescued Valari children. All were quiet. Sanctum was calling. A voice spoke, not through the speakers, but directly into their thoughts. Ayan, step forward. Begin your truth. He turned to Soren. What if I fail? Soren's eyes were calm. Then Sanctum closes, and the children lose their only chance. Ayan took a deep breath and jumped. He didn't fall. He floated. As he passed through the clouds, memories swirled around him, images from Earth, from the lab, from his childhood, even dreams he never remembered having. The light wrapped around him like a soft wind. Then everything went still. Ayan stood in a vast white field. It stretched forever. Ahead, a door appeared. It opened. Inside was himself. Not older, not younger. Just different. This version of Ayan looked peaceful, but his eyes were glowing with Valari light. Who are you? Ayan asked. I am what you could become, the other Ayan replied. If you choose truth over fear, what truth? That you were part of this all along, that your heart was wired to theirs. The signal wasn't an accident. It was a call, and you were the answer. Ayan shook his head. I'm just human. Yes, and that is your power. You feel, you care. You break, but you heal. The Valari forgot that. Eclipse never learned it. The other Ayan stepped closer. Sanctum needs one mind to carry the link, one to complete the rescue. Rescue who? Ayan whispered. Them and you. Suddenly the field cracked. A portal opened. Through it Ayan saw the lab again, still burning. Still broken, but something was moving inside. He stepped through. Ayan landed back in the ruins of the Eclipse lab. But this time, everything was gray-ghost-like. He saw the hybrids, the older children who chose to stay behind. They were still in their pods, unmoving. No, he whispered. You sacrificed yourselves, a voice replied. We are here. But not whole, one of the hybrids stepped forward. We are pieces. Mind, body, soul, you must bring us back. Ayan stepped closer. But how? Another hybrid raised a hand, touching his chest. You are the last bridge. Give us one memory, one human memory. Something warm, something real. Ayan closed his eyes. He saw his mother's garden, small, full of yellow flowers. The smell of rain. The sound of laughter. He shared it. The memory lit the air around them like golden fireflies. The hybrids began to glow. Their skin softened. Their faces relaxed. One by one, they opened their eyes. Thank you, they whispered. We remember now. The ghost world began to fade. Ayan felt pulled upward. He woke up on the ship. Gasping. So Ren stood above him, smiling. You passed. Sanctum accepted. The children, both young and hybrid, stood around him, whole, free, no more wires. No more pain. Myra hugged Alina. You're really back, Alina smiled. I feel clean. But the moment was broken by a warning. The console blinked. Eclipse ship approaching. Armed. 10 seconds. Zubair shouted. They found us again? Ayan stood tall. Let them come. He stepped to the console, the stone in his pocket silent. All this time began to glow again. A message appeared, ready to transmit. What are you doing? Myra asked. Ending it, Ayan said. He activated the signal. But it wasn't a weapon. It was a story. Images from Sanctum, from the lab, from the children's memories, were broadcast across every channel. Human and alien, everyone watching would see the truth, the pain, the courage. The choice. Ayan looked into the ship's camera. You called them threats. You called us traitors. But these are children. And I was one too. You tried to erase what made us human. But that's the one thing you couldn't control. He pressed. Send, and the universe watched. Far away on the Eclipse ship. Silence filled the control room. The woman with silver hair stood frozen. Behind her, the crew began removing their headsets. Some turned away. Others cried. Someone whispered, they were just kids? Back aboard the Valari ship, Soren approached Ayan. It is done, he said. The war will not come. The children stood together, human eyes, Valari light, and something new in between, hope. Where will they go now? Myra asked. Wherever they want, Soren replied. They are no longer property, no longer weapons. They are the first of many. Ayan smiled. Not hybrids, not test subjects, just children. Zubair raised an eyebrow. So, what happens to us? Ayan turned to him. We become their storytellers. The ship turned toward open space. No mission. No war. Just stars waiting to be explored by those who remembered what it meant to feel.